Well, how's it going, everybody? Chris Hare here, the world champion crypto cowboy. And I told you guys I've been looking for an indicator that would complement the way I trade and the TA that I use, that respects those fibs and moving averages and kind of gives you a better idea of when to enter and when to take profits. Well, I'm happy to announce that I found something for you guys. It works really well. I've been using it, I've been studying it, and it's going to be a pretty profitable thing for you. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to it. This is the Crusaders indicator, the crypto Crusader indicator. And I really like it, especially on the 15-minute chart. If you're into scalping, guys, this thing on the 15-minute chart, it is pretty darn accurate. You can see that I went ahead and went back into here. And even when we were in all this chop, it gives you buy and sell strengths. And if you just went in here and bought on the buy strengths and rode these things up, there was some good trades to be made. Even if you went up to profit when it told you to, put your stop loss at break even, you stopped out, you waited, it gives you another buy signal. You put it in here, take profit up here, put your stop loss at even. This one would have told you to add a little more right here. And then it's telling you take profit. It gave you a big take profit up here, another stronger sell signal. And what I've noticed with this thing is every time it hits these red lines is a good place to take profit, because it usually reverses the minute it does. Same way when it hits the bottom lines on the green, usually a good place to enter. You can see it gave you a signal there. We came down a little bit, but if you put your stop loss below the daily 50, you'd still be in this trade. It'll be interesting. What's even more interesting is you get out on the hourly chart where I like to work, where I like to enter trades. I want you to look at this. It gave you the buy signal down here at the bottom. It gave you a buy strength 3 when we found this very bottom. It came up. It told you to take profit. It told you to take profit again. We touched those red lines. Then it came down. If you had your stop loss at break even, you came all the way down here. We're able to DCA back into that trade, and now it's moving up. And look at this. It told you to take profit on the half on our fibs. It told you to take profit at the 618 on our fibs. And if your stop loss is still at break even or between the swing, you're in the trade, and it's probably going to go up. You can see where I'm going with this. We've not ever come back down to touch the green, so it's not been an opportunity. But these red and yellow lines and white line, that's my 50-cent, my moving averages. I wanted you guys to be able to see this, but it does give you these bands. And it's almost like a Bollinger Band. But what's interesting is you can see when these things tighten up, it explodes one way or another. We got really tight here, and then we blew up. When we tapped that line, it tells you, hey, that's a pretty good run. Let's dollar cost average out of that a little bit. And now you're just riding the trade. You can watch it up here to see where these are going. There's just a lot of different ways you can use it. Looking at a daily chart, and I've switched coins. That was Ethereum. This is Solana. It works on all coins. And it's been telling you to DCA into this trade all the way down. Or what you could have done, knowing that, hey, we're at really strong resistance. We've gotten a sell strength of 7. You could have shorted this from the top up here. And when it gives you a buy strength, you could have took profits. Same way. And you would have caught this whole move. Now, when those buy strengths start getting strong and you're tapping these, you know it's probably kind of done. And now you're starting to buy to work your way up. But you can see it follows my fibs. It does a lot of things that are super interesting. We can go back. You know, it tightened up here, gave you 2 strong buy signals, and then it launched to the top side. Hit the top of that band. Here's another big pullback. This was getting in after the Trump pump. It kept telling you, hey, you need to sell. You need to sell. You need to sell. Or you need to buy. There's the dip. Look at that. It was telling you, hey, we're about to run. We're about to run. Boom. It took off. Sell strength 3. We started coming down. If you would have shorted that, you would have caught the whole move. If you'd have longed it here, you would have caught the whole move. And you'd still be in it if you took profit. Super, super interesting. Moving out to a daily chart, it's doing the same thing. Look at this. When we had the Trump pump, it's telling you DCA out all the way to the top. You get to an 8, you keep riding this line. When you pull off, that was a great place for a short. You could have rode it down, or you could have stayed in the trade. Look at this. It gave you a sell strength 9 without ever giving you a buy signal. So that tells you something. And then when we had the flash crash, buy strength. And we've been up above it ever since, so there's no more reason to buy. But you can see where I'm going. So it's a pretty good indicator. I really like it. You're going to find a link to it in my description. If you have any questions, my email address is out there. Or you can come on over to the Crypto School. You'll also find the link to that in my description, and I'll help you out the best I can. But go ahead and check it out. I really think it's going to be valuable for you, and it's going to give you some guidance on fibs and moving averages. I know it can all get complicated in the beginning, but now you've got something that'll help you out. But I'll wrap it up right here. Crusader, the world champion crypto cowboy. I really appreciate you watching. See you down the road.